When Tom woke up on Monday morning, he was very sad. Monday was the beginning of a new week. He wished that there had been no Saturday and no Sunday. Today, he had to go to school again. He began to think about how he could stay home. How can I get sick? Tom wondered. He did not feel sick. Then he remembered the cut on his foot. He could feel no pain, but he decided to act very sick today. He began crying with pain, trying to wake Sid up. Sid kept sleeping. Tom cried louder. Tom shook Sid's shoulder. Sid, Sid! Tom cried louder. Finally, Sid woke up. Tom, what's the matter? Oh, oh, Tom cried. Tom, Sid said, are you sick? Oh no, Tom said. It's worse than that. I think I'm dying. I'm going to get Aunt Polly, Sid said. Sid ran to Aunt Polly. Tom pretended not to hear him. Oh, Sid, I'm sorry for all the bad things I've done to you. Please give my cat with one eye to the new girl at the Thatchers, and tell her. Sid was already running downstairs. Aunt Polly, he shouted, Aunt Polly! What's wrong, Sid? Aunt Polly said. It's Tom, Sid shouted. I think he's dying. I don't believe you, Aunt Polly said, but her face had gone white, and she hurried up the stairs. Mary ran close behind her. Tom was crying very loud now. He could almost feel pain in his foot. What's the matter, Tom? Aunt Polly said. My foot, Tom shouted. Oh, oh, my foot, my foot. What about your foot, Tom? It's gone bad. It will have to be cut off. Let me take a look at it. Oh no, Aunt Polly, don't touch it. Don't be silly. How can I help you if you won't let me see it? Aunt Polly lifted the blanket. Tom's foot was clean, and the cut was almost healed. She sat down and laughed. Oh, Tom, you scared me. You're just trying not to go to school, aren't you? Tom jumped up from the bed. Oh no, Aunt Polly, I'm fine. I can go to school today. On the way to school, Tom met Huckleberry Finn. Huckleberry Finn's father was always drunk. He did not take good care of his son, so he did not have to wear shoes. He was dressed in old clothes, which were always too big for him. His hat was full of holes. He did not have to wash. He did not go to school or church. He could go fishing or swimming when and where he wanted. None of the mothers in the village liked Huckleberry Finn, and all of the boys in the village wanted to be just like him. Hello, Huckleberry, Tom shouted. Hello, Huck was swinging something from a string. What's that? A dead cat. Let me see it, Huck. My, it's pretty stiff. It's dead, said Huck. What do you do with the dead cat, Huck? I take off my warts. Huck showed Tom the small spots of thick and hard skin on his hands. You've been playing with fish too much, Huck. Maybe I have, but I've got to get rid of these warts. How do you take off warts with a dead cat? Tom asked. Well, Huck said, you take it to the graveyard in the middle of the night after a bad person has been buried. At midnight, the devils will come to carry the dead man away. As they're taking the dead man away, you throw the dead cat after them. You say, Devil, follow body. Cat, follow devil. Warts, follow cat. That will get rid of your warts forever. He used and broke many branches while beating Tom's back, but Tom did not cry. There, the teacher said, I hope you have learned your lesson. Now go and sit with the girls. Tom happily went to sit with the girls. The only empty seat was beside the new girl. She turned her back to him. Tom placed a red apple on her desk. She pushed it away. He pushed it back. Please take it, Tom said. She pushed it away. Tom began to draw a picture. He held his arm over the paper while he drew. She tried to look at what he was doing. He continued to draw. Finally, she asked if she could see the drawing. "Oh no," Tom said. "It's nothing. Can I see it?" Tom showed her. It was a picture of a house. It was not a good picture, but she liked it. "Can you draw a girl?" she asked. Tom drew a picture of a girl. "Oh, that's nice," she said. "Is it me?" "Sure," Tom said. "What's your name?" "Becky Thatcher." "Your name is Thomas Sawyer. I know that." "Only when I'm bad," Tom said. "You can call me Tom." Tom wrote Becky under the picture. "I wish I could draw," Becky said. "I can show you," Tom said. "Oh, will you?" "Sure, it's easy." "Are you staying at school for lunch?" "I was going to go home," Becky said. The teacher was looking at them. Then Tom began writing something on a piece of paper. "What are you writing now?" Becky said. "Nothing," Tom said. "You're writing something. Let me see." "No, you don't want to see this." "Yes, I do." She put her hand on Tom's, and Tom let her pull the writing away. She read these words, "I love you." "Oh, you bad boy," she shouted. She hit Tom's hand, but she looked happy. The next second, Tom felt someone pulling his ear. The teacher carried Tom to his own desk. The whole class laughed. Though Tom's ear burned, he was happier than anyone else in the world.